Welcome to EnduringTechnologyPress.com. I'm Eric, and we've got a busy kitchen going here today. Friends and family are coming over for dinner. We've got some great things going on the stove. And as for dessert tonight, we've got something that I think is one of the most exquisite desserts that you can find, and that's a lemon pavlova. This is awesome. I think it might rate as my favorite dessert. It was the dessert that when I got straight A's in school, my mother would bake a dessert of my choice, and this was always it. And yet, for all the hassle that I went through to get that dessert, it's really fabulously easy to make. It's got a meringue base, lemon curd center, really fast, really easy. For all those people that say that you can't master pie crust, this is the dessert for you. For all those that can master pie crust, this is still the dessert for you. I think you're going to love it. Top it with berries, top it with fresh fruit, whipped cream, or just leave it with the plain curd. It is awesome. It's a delectable dessert, and it is so easy to do.
So we're just starting to see the egg whites beat up. So we'll allow that to continue. I'm doing this on high speed, in part because of the size of the mixer, and 4 egg whites being the very least that it'll do. I'll turn that back down to medium when I start adding the sugar. A little bit of soft peaks. Start adding the sugar and our starch that have already been combined. We'll do that until we've gone through the whole mix and we've got nice stiff peaks forming, and then we'll add our vinegar. So what we can see now are those glossy peaks starting to form. So what we're going to do is turn it off. We're going to shift it to high speed. We've got our vinegar. We're going to speed this up. We're going to mix in the vinegar. Make sure it's all incorporated and we get that nice, really stiff, glossy peaks that'll hold so well while we bake it. We don't have to do this for very long before we've got a strong structure. Okay, you can see right now we finished up. That is incredibly stiff.
Here's a good example of how stiff that is. Look at that corner there. You know, this is something that is going to stick together very nicely and form that structure on our baking sheet. We're going to lay out our round, and we're going to bring those corners up, or those edges up, so they're elevated. Look how nicely that's sticking together. Meringues are so nice and easy to do, particularly if you've got a stand mixer, but even with just hand mixers, they really are a cool, easy way. All those people that complain about not being able to make a pie crust, well, here's an alternative that you're guaranteed to be able to make. Okay, now that we've got it all there, we're going to want to sort of shape it, right? Reasonable facsimile of a circle. You want to get anal, you can always do it in springform pan. I've done that as well. With parchment paper in it, otherwise it'll stick to the sides. But we're dishing it here so we can get all that wonderful lemon curd to fill the center. And there we go. So the oven's preheated, we'll put it in. It'll be about 45 minutes until it's golden, and we'll show you what we get. Meanwhile, we're going to be making the lemon curd.
Okay, so we've just finished a minute of simmering our lemon juice, sugar, cornstarch, and butter mixture. Now it's time to go and add in the egg yolk. But what we want to do, we don't want to have scrambled eggs mixed in. So we've already gone and beaten up our egg. We're going to add in a little bit of our, while we're whisking it, our lemon juice sugar mixture. We're going to keep on whisking it the whole time as you slowly add that in, and that way you don't get scrambled eggs in your lemon curd. We're going to add that back in. And what we're effectively doing is cooking it while maintaining that nice consistency. Okay, now we're going to put this into our saucepan. Okay. Now we're going to bring it back to a simmer, and we're going to heat it until it thickens. So that'll be a couple minutes. You can use a whisk at the beginning, but then I like to have my silicone spatula as we start to get a thicker mixture. So I'll come back once we finish that. It'll only be a short while. Okay, so now you can start to see the consistency's getting nice and thick. Okay, so I've taken it off the heat. Just going to cook it for just another minute more. There's a fairly thick bottom on these pots, so they'll hold a lot of heat. And then I'll transfer it over into another bowl and refrigerate it. But there we go. That's our lemon curd.